Hey guys, so what we're gonna make today is some black-eyed peas. They are incredibly tender and soft, and you know what? It all comes together in about an hour. How? Instant Pot. That's my favorite toy when I need to make something quickly that normally takes hours. Black-eyed peas included. Any kind of beans. I make my black-eyed pea soup in it either. This is not an advertisement for Instant Pot in any way. Any pressure cooker will do. The focus here is the peas. They're incredibly soft and tender. Already mentioned that. I make them with bacon because, you know, bacon goes great with everything. And black-eyed peas and pork are actually considered lucky in the South. This is one of the foods that's traditionally eaten on New Year's Day in the South. It's supposed to bring you luck. So let's make some and have a lucky year. So soft and tender, yum! All right, so we're gonna get started with some black-eyed peas, but I wanna talk about a couple ingredients first, and then we're gonna hop on over to the Instant Pot and make it. Altogether, it's gonna take less than an hour, so it's going to be extremely tender and delicious in less than an hour. That's why I love an Instant Pot. All right, so as far as ingredients, so we're using a pound of black-eyed peas, which turns into about 2 1/4 cups if you pour it out. So if you have a large bag and you want to get some out of it, you're looking for about 2 cups to 2 1/4 cups. That will be a pound. Unless you have a kitchen scale, then measuring is your best bet. Then we have bacon. Because black-eyed peas and bacon is pure heaven together, you have to have some bacon. If you want, you can do turkey bacon. So just quick tip about bacon. You want to make sure it is straight out of the refrigerator because it's still pretty hard and solid. It's much easier to cut when it is cold than when it has been sitting on the counter and it got too soft. Then even your sharp knife won't go through it. All right, besides peas and bacon, we just got some garlic. We have chicken stock. You can also use vegetable stock if you'd like. One thing I don't recommend is beef. It's gonna be a little too strong for this recipe. And then we're gonna simply season it with some salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Yeah, and if you want some more ideas, you can hop over to my site. I do have a few other suggestions how you can adjust this recipe. All right, so let's cut some bacon and we're gonna start cooking. Okay, since we have raw meat, I'm going to switch over to plastic cutting board. You don't want to cut your raw meats on wooden cutting boards because they are a little bit too porous. They can soak up those juices and would be very hard to wash out. So save your cutting board for everything but raw meats. Raw meats go on plastic. So you just want to kind of chop it, slice it, whatever. I like to just get it into nice and small pieces. And again, I want to remind you that cold meat is a lot easier to cut. So have your bacon right out of the refrigerator when you're planning on cutting it. Try to make sure that your knives are also nice and sharp. You know what a cook's best friend is? That's right, a sharp knife. A dull knife is actually much more dangerous than a kitchen, because you have to work a lot harder to cut, and if you cut yourself, it actually will hurt and be more damaging using a dull knife than a sharp knife. So always make sure your knives are sharpened. All right, let's cook. Okay, so we're going to turn this on to a saute setting and let it preheat for a few minutes. All right, now that it is nice and hot, let's add our bacon. So you want to break it apart and then let it cook. All right, while we leave it alone, let's go rinse the peas. So when you're stirring bacon, you want to kind of scrape the bottom of the Instant Pot because Instant Pot does not like things being stuck to the bottom. It could yell at you. oh my gosh, it's like a bacon facial standing over this. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. All right, now my fat is mostly rendered. Actually, it's pretty much rendered. So we're gonna add some minced garlic and stir that in just for a few seconds. Okay, now it's garlic and bacon facial. Add in our peas. Now, as you're adding the liquids, you want to give the bottom a scrape. Otherwise, the Instant Pot could give you a burn notice, which usually it's telling you that there is something burned on the bottom. It may not necessarily be burned, but like I mentioned earlier, it just doesn't like anything stuck to the bottom of the pot, so it yells, it complains, you have to restart the whole thing over again and clean the pot. It's really a pain. So you want to deglaze the bottom of the pot before closing it and letting it pressure cook. Okay, now I can add the rest of the stock and our water. Okay, so what I want to mention when you're adding your stock and water, you want to heat it up first. And adding a hot or warm liquid is better because otherwise your pot will cool way down and has to rebuild the heat again. So it will take it a long time to heat up, and then it will take more time to build the pressure as well. So to save some time, you can pop your stock and your water in the microwave or heat it up on stovetop while you're cooking the bacon. All right, time to pressure cook. Okay, so what I want to mention for all the pressure cookers, any brand that you are using, you always want to read your manual first. Pressure cooker is not really a joke. Okay, so always turn your venting on seal because that will prevent the air from escaping. And make sure that your lid is nice and latched tight. Usually your pressure cooker will give you some kind of a signal to indicate that. Okay, so we're going to set this to pressure cook on high for 30 minutes. So we're going to cancel the saute setting. Okay, so pressure cook. And we're going to add some time. So we're going to set it for 30 minutes. When it builds up pressure, it's going to take probably about 10 minutes to build up pressure. And then it will switch on to pressure cooking mode. And then when it beeps, that tells you that the time is up. Not this beep, different beep. So when the time is up, you will want to let it do a natural release, which means just don't touch it, don't bother it, for about 15 minutes. All right, now it's switched over to natural release. That's what L usually means, unless your breath says something different. So let it do natural release for about 10-15 minutes. All right, time to do quick release. Okay, so for quick release, we essentially just carefully turn the valve to open it and let all of that pressure escape. Okay, so the way you will know that the pressure is released is this little valve piece will fall down inside. There it goes. Okay, be careful opening an Instant Pot because the stuff inside is hot, hot, hot. That rhymes. Okay, so after cooking, you will notice that it is quite liquidy, which is actually a good thing. So some of the liquids get reabsorbed by the peas. Many people actually do like to have some cooking liquid with them. So don't worry about the liquid. You can mash up some peas to kind of give it a more creamy and dense consistency. And if you really don't like them, you can use a slotted spoon to strain it. And when you store the beans, do make sure to store them with this cooking liquid. And you can strain them out the next day. But as you know, more beans will absorb more of the liquid as it sits, especially if it sits overnight. All right, so it actually got a little bit creamier and thicker, and I'm just gonna make a side of it, and you can serve it with some pork or chicken. Pork is actually another lucky food item that's considered in the South. Collard greens, black-eyed peas, pork. So you can make a nice New Year's Day meal out of this. Make sure you let me know if you tried them, and remember to subscribe, leave me a comment, talk to me. I like it.